In the name of God, the compassionate, the merciful. The topic of this session is the division of knowledge into the self-evident and theoretical. In the philosophy of Avicenna, we find that uh, any proposition can be divided into two sorts, two kinds: self-evident proposition and theoretical proposition. Let me read the text first of all. Self-evident apprehension do not require thought or reasoning, unlike theoretical knowledge, al-ilm al-nazari. In some contexts, the term primary intelligence and secondary intelligence are used interchangeably with self-evident and theoretical knowledge, respectively. For example, when I say 2 plus 2 equals 4, this proposition does not need or require thought or reasoning. Does not require thought or reasoning. They are called al-idrakat al-badihiyah. Badihiyun. It is badihi. It is self-evident. What is the meaning of self-evident? The meaning is that this proposition does not require thought or reasoning. They are self-evident apprehension. They are self-evident apprehension. And then the second kind of propositions is called theoretical knowledge. Theoretical knowledge has different meanings. But here, theoretical knowledge, or al-ilm al-nazari, it is the knowledge that requires reasoning or thought. Any sort of reasoning. We don't mean by reasoning philosophical reasoning, maybe experimental reasoning or other sorts. For example, when I say, when I speak about a specific characteristics of the natural world, I should prove it. Or when I speak about a theological or philosophical argument, for example, I say God exists, God has these attributes. Or for example, there is afterlife. These propositions require reasoning. I should argue for it. They are not self-evident. They are called theoretical knowledge. Theoretical knowledge, al-ilm al-nazari. It means the propositions that are not self-evident. So we have two kinds of knowledge, or we can say we have two kinds of propositions. In some of the works of Avicenna, he used primary intelligible and secondary intelligible has two meanings. The first meaning is the meaning that I mentioned in the last session. Primary intelligible in the first sense means the intelligible that has quiddity, and secondary intelligible do not have quiddity. But here the second meaning, the second sense, is that primary intelligible equals or means self-evident apprehension of the world, and secondary intelligible means theoretical knowledge. It is a new meaning for primary intelligible and secondary intelligible. So here primary intelligible means self-evident propositions that do not need reasoning, and secondary intelligible means theoretical knowledge that requires reasoning. And the last topic in the philosophical discussions of Avicenna on knowledge is the union of knowledge and the known. Let me read the text. In Al-Isharat, Avicenna characterized the relation between knowledge and the knower as follows. Knowledge is an acquired form that occurs to the soul as an accident. However, in Al-Mabda' wal-Ma'ad, he explicitly states that this form is not separate from the knower, but rather become united with it. Before explaining this text, it is necessary it is very necessary to mention here that there are two kinds of explanation of knowledge. Sometimes when we explain our knowledge of the world, we say that my knowledge is accident, and this accident is not united with me. It is out of me. Yes, but it is related only to me. But the second explanation of knowledge is that when I know something, this knowledge is not an accident which is out of me. No, this is the knowledge that is united with me. That is united with me. It is called the theory of union of knowledge and know. It means that the knowledge becomes part of me, becomes united with me. It is very famous that Avicenna, the theory of Avicenna about knowledge is that the knowledge is not united with the knower. The knowledge is not united with the knower. In fact, Avicenna in his different works explained it in different ways. In Al-Isharat, which is one of the books of Avicenna, he says that knowledge is only accident. What is the meaning of accident? It means that it is not united with me. It is accident. Accident in the philosophy of Avicenna is something that is out of the substance. So in the philosophy of Avicenna, in his work, in his book Al-Isharat, knowledge is only accident. It is not united with the knower. In fact, the theory of Avicenna in the Al-Isharat, it is his famous idea, and we know that after in the philosophy of after Avicenna in the philosophy of Mullah Sadr, he disagreed with this idea. But Avicenna in his other works like Al-Mabda' wal-Ma'ad, Al-Mabda' wal-Ma'ad is another book of Avicenna, which is about the source of the world and the afterlife and about God. In his another book, which is called Al-Mabda' wal-Ma'ad, he says that the relation between knowledge and knower is the relation of union. It means that when I know something, this knowledge is not only accident. It is something united with me. It is something that is united with me. And in Al-Mabda' wal-Ma'ad, he says that the reality of knowledge is that when I know something, the knowledge becomes united with me. It is not something separated from me. In fact, the matter of dispute is that the knowledge is something separated or something united. In Al-Mabda' wal-Ma'ad, Avicenna explicitly holds that the knowledge, when I know something, for example, I know something about the natural world. Suppose I read a book and I know something new about the external world, about the natural world. Then this knowledge is not something separated from me, but rather it becomes part of my being. I will become united with it. It is called the theory of union of knowledge. And Noah, it was the last session of our discussion of the knowledge, and in the next session we will focus on the Avicenna's views on soul, God willing.